Good evening. You are watching Reporters Diary on the Echo of India's digital platforms. And before I'm joined by our team of reporters, let me share with you the major points in news today. President Ramnath Kovind today expressed that he is hopeful about the international community finding a solution to the coronavirus pandemic and said it will emerge stronger and more resilient from the crisis. According to an official statement, the president, while addressing an event, remarked that the COVID 19 pandemic necessitates enhanced global cooperation to ensure collective health and economic well being of humankind. A day after four Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists were gunned down in Jammu and Kashmir, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today held a review meeting with top security brass and asserted that security forces have thwarted their efforts to wreak major havoc and destruction. Neutralizing of four terrorists belonging to Pakistan-based terrorist organization Jaish-e-Mohammed and the presence of large cache of weapons and explosives with them indicate that their efforts to wreak major havoc and destruction have once again been thwarted. The Prime Minister tweeted after the meeting. He hailed the security forces and said that they have once again displayed utmost bravery and professionalism. Congress President Sonia Gandhi has set up three separate committees for discussing policy issues related to economic affairs, foreign affairs, and national security, and has made former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh a member of all the three. Former Union Finance Minister P. Chidambaram, Mallikarjun Kharge, and Digvijay Singh will be part of the Economic Affairs Committee. Jairam Ramesh will be its convener. The Committee on Foreign Affairs will have Anand Sharma, Shashi Tharoor, Salman Khurshid, and Saptagiri Ulaka. Khurshid will be the convener of the panel. Leader of Opposition in Rajya Sabha Ghulam Nabi Azad, Veerappa Moily, Vincent H. Pala, and V. Vathilingam have been made members of the Committee on National Security, with Pala being the convener. The National Investigation Agency today carried out searches in multiple locations in Kerala in connection with the gold smuggling case, according to its spokesperson. The searches were conducted at the residences of five accused: Mohammad Aslam, Abdul Latif, Nazaruddin Shah, Ramzan P, and Mohammad Mansoor. During searches, several electronic items and documents were seized, the NIA spokesperson said. Multinational biopharmaceutical major Pfizer Inc. today said it is asking US regulators to allow emergency use of its COVID-19 vaccine, starting the clock on a process that could bring limited first shots as early as next month and eventually an end to the pandemic, but not until after a long, hard winter. The action came days after Pfizer Inc. and its German partner BioNTech announced that its vaccine appears to be 95% effective at preventing mild to severe COVID-19 disease in a large ongoing study. The company said that protection plus a good safety record means the vaccine should qualify for emergency use authorization, something the Food and Drug Administration can grant before the final testing is fully completed. So these are the major points we have in news, and now I'm joined by our team of reporters, Riddhi and Asmita. We start with you, Riddhi. What all happening? There seems to be some kind of connection issue with Riddhi. Riddhi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, Riddhi, please go ahead.
Union Minister Babul Supriyo today said that the Trinamool Congress should mend its way and desist from intimidating voters. Otherwise, there are provisions in the constitution to take care of such things, Supriyo alleged. Supriyo said that we want the people who voted TMC to power to topple the present government through a democratic process. Reacting to the minister's remark, TMC MP Saugata Roy said if Supriyo was hinting at imposition of Article 356 in Bengal, then he should talk about the imposition of President's rule in Uttar Pradesh, where rule of law has ceased to exist. In another development, sleuths of the West Bengal Special Task Force (STF) today visited the plastic recycling factory at Sujapur in Malda district, where an explosion killed 6 persons, an official said. The official said a team of foreign experts also collected samples from the site. Commissioner of Malda Division Syed Ahmad Baba and other senior officers of the state police went to the spot. According to sources, the STF sleuths explored the entire area and spoke to a few locals. Their primary investigation was focused on whether the blast occurred due to explosive or mechanical glitches. The high-intensity blast on Thursday has triggered a political slugfest, with the opposition BJP demanding an NIA probe into it and the ruling TMC asking it not to politicize the issue.
All right, thank you, Riddhi, so much. Thanks so much, Riddhi. Asmita, yes, please.
Hi, Safi. The news that I have from the hills. In order to augment red panda population in the wild, the Padmaja Naidu Himalayan Zoological Park, popularly known as Darjeeling Zoo, will release 4 of these animals in the wild on November 26 at Gairibas, which falls under Singalia National Park. And another news that I have from the hills, the Siliguri police today seized 1 vehicle and arrested 1 person who was putting up banners in support of rebel TNC leader Shubhendu Adhikari. That's all from my side, Stephanie.
All right, Asmita, Riddhi, thank you so much for joining Reporter's Diary. Viewers, this is all we have this evening in Reporter's Diary, but please do join us again on Monday. And we are usually live Monday to Friday with Reporter's Diary in the evening. Thanks for watching.